When I was a little kid and I went to primary school, I believed I got bullied. And I believed it so much so that karma actually came and struck me. Allow me to explain. I may have been 8 years old, and I was the biggest copycat there was. I'm not even joking. If I saw like these older people doing something, I'd instantly hop on the trend wagon and try and copy it because they're older. I didn't resonate with people my age. And I'm not saying that to sound like I was Mr. Mature or anything. No, I was just being an idiot. And for whatever reason, the people who are actually my age didn't like hanging out with them too much. Obviously playing games and such like tag or whatever, I used to do that. But when it came to actually speaking and playing football, I was Mr. Arrogant at thinking I was better than everybody else my age group. Everybody else 1 year up to me even. I was going like upwards of hanging out with people 2 years older than me, or at least trying to. And to be honest, they didn't enjoy that. And you can imagine why not. This annoying little squeaky kid, squeaky voice, just trying to hang out with these people who are actually just trying to do their own things because they're older and they're more mature and they actually know more. They're a lot wiser and have a lot more going on in their life than 8-year-old me. But regardless, you just have this 8-year-old version of me hanging around, following them, copying them. You can imagine why that'd be annoying. And then on top of that all, I used to do all of that and expected nothing back. Bro, when I say I was a copycat, I mean I was a copycat. I don't know how else to describe it other than Control P. Literally Control C, Control P. For those who know, copy paste. That's who I was. Because that's how I learned as a kid. I used to copy people. And I still do a little bit now. Still copy some people's traits and stuff because that's what's worked for them. Now I'm more mature, I can decide what's better. But I used to copy everything they did. Rightfully so, they used to get annoyed with me. And like I said, my young, degenerate, stupid, daft mind didn't actually know what bullying was. I just assumed bullying was someone saying, don't do this, just leave us alone. Or you're a numpty. That's what I assumed bullying was when I was a kid. I didn't actually know what it was. So my stupid ass is copying all of these people older than me, trying to hang out with them, play the football games with them, try and be awesome like they were. And I'm just getting demolished every single time. And because of that, I think I'm getting bullied. And so these poor people who are older than me, I'd like to apologise now to them. They had to deal with me, my annoying self, for years and years until I left school and went up to secondary school in the UK. They had to deal with me, trying to copy them, trying to hang out around them and be awesome. No wonder they bullied me. They didn't actually bully me. What happened instead is all they were saying is basically leave me alone. And then unfortunately, because I thought it was bullying, they were getting accused of all this XYZ stuff. All this crap that wasn't actually happening. They were getting blamed for it essentially by the teachers. Because that was bullying. And the older people were nice actually, as a matter of fact. They were nice to me. They were nice to younger people, as you'd expect as primary school, right? Imagine if they were rude to the young children. Imagine if I was 17, 18, 19, maybe even 22, and I was in the gym with someone who's 16 and bullying them. That makes sense. Who would do that? You want to be helpful, you want to be constructive, you want to be honest with them. Because that's how the world was back in 2010. But I thought it was bullying. And so they always had to have this annoying teacher in the background saying, oh, you should stop bullying him. When in reality, all I was doing was copying them. And I was, as a matter of fact, probably interfering with their lives more than they were with me. So you might be wondering, how did it come back to bite me? This karma that was 100% deserved, whether you believe in karma or not. Well, you see, about a year later, my friend had joined the school in year 3, which is when I was 7 or 8. This is year 4 now, which is 8 or 9. I got accused of bullying. It went full circle. I was doing nothing wrong to this kid. Do not get me wrong. He's still my friend to this day, as a matter of fact. I don't really talk to him. But if I was to hop on the Xbox, hello, I'd go and talk to him. That's who it is. He's actually a good friend. Actually a good person. Actually someone who I was friends with. All the way through my school years. But supposedly to his mother, I was bullying. We had squabbles. We had squabbles about Fortnite and stuff when we were that young. But still, they thought I was bullying. And so, I got called out for it. I got exposed, in front of all of the other intellects, because I was on the intellectual table at school. What happened was we got dragged outside by the head teacher, nearing the end of year 4. And he asked us a question along the lines of, is it okay to bully? Or do you think bullying's a good thing? And we all responded no. And for everyone around, he singled me out and he said, then why are you bullying this person? Even though I wasn't. But you see, I still didn't know what bullying was at this age. I really didn't. I was still naive and stupid. I didn't know what bullying was. So what I said is, I might have bullied him in the year before, but this year I've been completely off bullying him. I haven't bullied him at all. Whatever, we went back to the class, publicly humiliated and shamed, obviously. Part of the growing process and the learning journey. But it went full circle. I was the one accusing people of bullying when I didn't know what it was. And then I was getting accused of bullying when I still didn't know what it was. Karma came back and hit me like a right hook. You know those people in sparring, I don't know if you spar or not, who just don't care about sparring rules like spar. And they just try and knock you out. That's like that. You imagine the person who actually tries to knock people out in sparring, now fighting someone who's 20 kg heavier and 10 times better than they are. You can imagine Alex Pereira versus me, and I was actually going there, trying to hit him actually hard. He'd absolutely decimate me, even if he won't go for a knockout. See you later. This is essentially what it was. I was talking all this talk and trying to get these people in trouble, when in reality they weren't actually doing that much wrong. And then they came to bite me. When I didn't even bully this person at all. Like I said, been my friend, still my friend this entire time. But now I have to almost live with that consequence of, I was nearly labelled a bully. Now people disliked me. A lot of people did. But I managed to rectify it. And I guess this is the most important lesson of the story. Because about a year later, 2 years later, going into that year 5, year 6, going around from 9 to the age of 11 years old, I managed to rectify it and make the greatest comeback in history. And I did it twice, as a matter of fact. The first time was in primary school, which is the one I'll focus on today. I went from this person who wasn't really liked, sort of known of, good at football, all he did was play football. I wasn't really liked. I wasn't really appreciated. And then at the end of that year 4, what happened was I lost it. You know, my dad left, and it was kind of a tough time for me. I was crazy. Not mentally crazy, but possibly mentally unwell. Because of, not depression or anything, more so because of what I said and how I acted. I acted like I was 6. When I'm in reality now, I'm 9 years old, I was acting like I was 6. You know, I was hiding in the toilets away from people. I was trying to get out of school as much as I could. And I wasn't lying about sickness or anything in that way, but I just really hated it. Because my dad left and then I felt hopeless. I felt hopeless. And then I started talking about it with some teachers. And they actually set up some systems in place that everybody whose dad left, they do like this thing called the Three Houses system. I can't describe it to you, I don't know what it is, I've forgotten to be honest. But you have 3 columns and they talk about it. They set it up because of me being a retard, really. Because of me sitting there and saying, oh, I hate this, I hate my family, I can't believe they did this, it feels like a betrayal. I started that whole thing in school, so I'm sorry for everyone else who had to go through that because of me. But that's what happens. And obviously with the accusations on the side and everything, it's just piling on me. Piling on me. Could you imagine celebrities? You know, when they do one thing bad, and then have an accusation that they're everything. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word on YouTube, but you know, PDF. And you have all these accusations piling on top of them and crushing them. Like you're piling sand or mud onto somebody. That's essentially what was happening to young women in school. But then, I managed to make a turnaround. Because obviously, me and the person I was bullying were friends. So we always hung out, we always talked to each other, we were always calm. People saw that and like, okay, fine, it's not bullying. And then I started to go from this mental unwellness, literally. I'm not saying I was mentally unwell, labelling myself intentionally to make you feel pity or anything. I'm saying this because this is literally what it was. Ask my parents, they'll tell you. Mental unwellness. It was not good. This horrible way I was thinking, and inescapable way, I was thinking. But I managed to leave it. I managed to leave it eventually and inevitably. And then when I left it, obviously, I started to climb. Oh, Teo's actually quite good at football. Oh, actually he's quite fast, even though he wasn't. He's getting faster. He won the loser race. I don't know. On sports day. He was a leader now, because now he's in year 6 and everybody knows his name and everyone respects and appreciates him. I managed to make that turnaround not once, but twice in primary school. Accusations upon accusations. And I prevailed. And my friends will tell you, because they might even be watching this damn video. I don't know. But the main point of the story is don't just chat shit. A lot of people like to talk the talk and talk rubbish online. I'll talk about mindset online. You lot can just see that as I'm actually trying to be helpful, or you lot can see that in the way that I'm just talking online. You don't have to listen to me, obviously, but who am I? What happens if I haven't actually gone through any hardships? What happens if I'm just talking all this talk and I'm actually walking the walk myself? And if you just talk the talk and don't actually walk the walk, all the buzz, no sting, then you're going to struggle. You see, I was all sting, no buzz at the beginning, if that makes sense. You know, accusing, bullying and all of this. And it came full circle on me. And I struggled. I struggled with the XYZ piling up and crushing me under so much weight for my 40 kg 8-year-old body. I still prevailed. No reason you can't do the same. Understand that there are going to be things that happen badly in life. There are going to be so many things that want to pile up against you and to take you down. Regardless of how good or bad you feel. So many things can change. Your environment can change. Your friends can change. You know, after you finish those GCSE tests in English school, where go all your friends? All of those 200 people who you knew, where are they now? You don't even see half of them. You don't even see 80% of them. Big change. Sometimes it can actually ruin people's lives. It can actually crush them. And that's what happens if you have all talk and no action. If you have no action, you don't go see them. You just talk, and all of this stuff in school. How can you actually expect to do that? If you want to talk, expect to be hit with tests, trials and tribulations. I was talking about bullying, and then I got hit with a bullying accusation that I was managing to disprove because I didn't bully. And that's honest to God, I didn't bully them at all. I was managing to be able to go from this little speck of dust in the grand scheme of things into a whole field where loads of cows and sheep and pigs graze on. Hopefully not pigs. My point is, I was able to go from nothing to something. Because I don't just talk the talk, I actually walk the walk. You need to be able to justify each and every single one of the words that come out of your mouth with actions. If you tell your friends that you're the strongest man in the world, you better be the strongest man in the world. You better be stronger than each and every single one of them at least. If you tell your friends that you're the quickest runner, you better be the quickest runner. And if you're wrong, you have to be humble enough to admit that and be like, okay, fine, you're quicker than me. And that's the key lesson that I learned from this young age. Because if I had just kept on talking, kept piling stuff on top, and I never broke out of that, I'd probably be very, very different, let's just say. I'd probably be 50 kg. I'd probably be skinny as heck and estrogenic, and I'd have blonde hair, earrings, and not play sports, and not be fit and healthy. If you understand what I'm saying. That's actually how I would be. Because I've had all these thoughts. That's how fucked it was for me. I had all of these thoughts, bro. I had thoughts of getting earrings. I had thoughts of dyeing my hair blonde. To at least try and change and have something new. I really did. Because I was so unhappy in myself. As everything started piling on top, all the tests from God, if you believe in God, started piling on top of me. Because I kept talking the talk. And now I just had to walk the walk. And I struggled. But I did. And if you can do the same, if you can overcome the difficulties in life, start learning, start improving, start becoming better and better, and genuinely becoming great each and every single day. You're walking the walk, bro. You don't even have to talk the talk, you're just walking the walk. You don't have to be like Conor McGregor, you can be like Khabib, you can just be quiet and win your fights. Rather than being loud and obnoxious and then winning your fights. 2 different ways. Just make sure, most importantly, you are walking the walk, because that is the most crucial step. I guarantee if you don't walk the walk, you're going to struggle, bro. That's all I have for today. I appreciate you for listening in and actually paying attention to this video. I hope you learned something. I hope my story was actually semi-enticing. And as always, may God bless each and every single one of you. Stay strong out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.